It is an ice cube.
Oh my. See? You've swam wrong.
You swam wrong.
Women.
I can tell you some things about snakes, which
Go ahead.
I thought was common knowledge, and then I talked to your landlady, and I just love telling people new facts and just being amazed by them. Snakes, they do have nostrils, but they don't use them to smell. They have this thing called Jacobson's organ, which is attached to the roof of their mouth, which is why they taste and smell with their tongue. Also, they don't have external ears. They pick up vibrations with their jaw, so they are basically deaf.
What did they use their nose for then?
Breathing. Probably.
Oh, so they don't smell with it. They just breathe with it.
They have like much more refined sense of smell with their tongue instead.
Okay.
And also, sea snakes are very cool. If you have not seen them, I recommend looking them up.
I definitely have. Not in... I might have, actually.
just generally. So sea snakes, as the name suggests, they live in the sea. They don't have gills to obtain oxygen from the water like fish do, but they have been known to spend up to 8 hours underwater. I know. And one of the reasons for this is that, as well as having lungs that they can fill with air when they visit the surface like usual, they are also able to absorb oxygen into their blood through their skin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now everybody. Ooh.
Yeah. It's similar to frogs, basically. They do that as well.
Like they breathe with their skin kind of thing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And as well as being adapted for water, another kind of thing that's different from sea snakes to other snakes is that while a lot of like land snakes, we'll say, they've lost part of their colour vision because they're adapted to low light habitats. But there has been some recent research suggesting that sea snakes have re-evolved some of the colour sensitivity. So sea snakes being in an underwater environment, it's a highly variable light conditions down there from like the top surface where there is some light, and then you get past like about 20 meters, I think.
And then it kind of the colours kind of change to the point that unless you know what things would look like 20 meters down, it doesn't look like that.
Yeah, so blue light becomes dominant and yellow and red light is reduced basically. But yeah, no, apparently they have re-evolved some of their light receptors, which is really cool.
I didn't know that snakes could see light, not light, that they could see colour. Because a lot of animals, see, I don't even know if this is true or this is just because a lot of people have said this, but like, do dogs see colour or do they see black and white? Because people have said that they see black and white, but then they actually see a fair decent bit of colour.
Yes, they have limited...
Yeah, they don't see like specific colours, but they do see a lot more in colour than we think they do.
Yes, they don't really have red receptors. They can see yellow and blues more. But yeah, it is more of like a grayscale, but they can see certain colours, mostly yellow and blues.
I'll definitely be wearing specific yellows and blues when I get my dog.
If you're planning on like, obviously you got a dog and you're getting toys for them, I recommend getting like yellow or blue ones.
This is so funny because a lot of dog toys come in red.
Yes, and they
can't see it.
It's more, red is more like brown for them.
Yeah, so why would they want to go for it?
Yeah, it kind of, the red and greens almost like blend together. So if you're throwing it and they haven't seen it move, it can blend into the grass.
Which is why when I throw a stick, I have a dog back at home and I throw a stick, and she's kind of just like struggling to sometimes see it because she doesn't see the colour. Because it's brown, and then it's on a green grass. So
it blends together. Now you know. Also, do you like axolotls?
Yes, they're so cute.
Correct answer. So axolotls, they're named after Xolotl, who is an Aztec god of fire and lightning who could take the form of a salamander.
Ooh, Natsu!
Instead of dragon, you get turned into a salamander.
Ooh!
Xolotl is associated with dogs because I think the atl bit, ATL, is the ancient Aztec word for water. So axolotl is sometimes translated to as water dog.
Oh, they're so cute.
It's so cute. And the reason that they kind of look the way they do,
because they're perfect.
because they're perfect the way they are.
Just the way you are.
But they keep their juvenile features, those kind of gills, frills, and they stay living in water their entire life cycle. They are a type of salamander. Most salamanders don't have this. They become adults. But yeah, axolotls basically just keep those juvenile features, which is why they have the cute little frills.
They're like, let me be different.
Yeah.
They literally mean that.
Yeah. They are not like other girls. This is similar to hibernation, but I'm going to tell you about the wood frog.
Okay.
Because it's a very interesting creature, which basically, like Lazarus, rises from the dead.
You can't hear it, but my face just went, what?
So, during the winter, they basically freeze themselves, and they do this by basically the water inside them flows out of their internal organs, which eventually forms this protective layer of ice around them. While this is happening, the body accumulates urea and glucose. So again, we're back with the urea, which acts as an antifreeze. And this keeps all the individual cells in the vital organs from freezing.
I think I've seen frogs do that.
It is the wood frog. It is, I can't remember which series, but there's a David Attenborough series.
I've seen like either a video or I've seen it in real life if they are in my country as well. But I think I've seen that happen. Unless it came up in biology, it could have. I quite like frogs. I'm not a huge fan of obviously big frogs because they don't look that cute. But little frogs. We went to play disc golf with my family when I went home last time. And it was in the forest at that specific track. And there was so many like tiny frogs. So you try really hard not to step on them because they already start jumping when you get too close.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just so cute that I just remember that when I was younger, I would play with a lot of like tiny frogs in my garden. And yeah, I just think it's a really happy family, a happy memory for me.
Yeah, it's the complete opposite of one of my biology friends. She had to, on her laptop, tape over the frog pictures because she has a phobia of them.
Oh my god.
Which is quite ironic for a biologist.
When you dissect a frog to like look at the inner organs like they do in America.
She could not do that.
Oh god.
But yeah, they have this antifreeze, which is like this syrupy fluid. It prevents ice crystals from forming and it keeps them from rupturing from when the frog's internal temperature drops below freezing. So basically the organs don't explode, which is quite nice. And yeah, so by midwinter, it is clinically dead, this frog. Its heart stops beating, its brain activity has ceased to nothing, its body is completely frozen. It is an ice cube.
Oh my.
And then in the spring, it thaws from the inside out, the heart stops beating, the brain basically activates, like switching on a computer.
That is so cool.
And then it comes back to life.
And then it goes, rub it.
Yeah, so that's what we love a wood frog. And my last kind of pick for this episode is the Greenland shark. Have you ever seen a Greenland shark?
I don't think so. I might have. I don't actually know all of their names. So I'm gonna quickly Google. Is it Greenland?
Yes, Greenland sharks.
Ooh. They don't look cute.
No, they really don't. He looks a bit derpy though.
He looks like he's becoming a submarine.
Yeah, I mean they very much are. In a sense that
he looks like an old grandpa.
Yes. And do you know why they look like old grandpas?
Are they old?
They are the Earth's longest living vertebrates.
Oh my! How old? How long?
So by analysing the eyes of Greenland sharks, scientists have figured out how old they are, kind of like the rings of trees. And basically they can live to 400 years or more. So some that they have found, they've used radiocarbon dating to measure the amount of carbon isotopes that have been absorbed by the innermost part of their lenses, which is how they figure out their age.
They look...
She looks old. She's an old granny.
She looks like she's seen things.
Yeah. Very much.
Oh my god.
So yeah, their kind of ages have ranged between 252 and 512 years, with 390 is kind of the average for them. So 400 years.
That's so long.
Yeah. And Greenland sharks, they're also, their meat is a delicacy in, I think, Iceland. Also, their meat is toxic because of they have neurotoxins in their flesh. And it's due to this chemical, basically, which helps the fish to stabilise their enzymes and proteins, because they live basically in severe cold water constantly. So just to put that into perspective, it's the only shark that lives in cold water all year round from like -1 to 10 degrees. And they prefer cold water.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do we know how big they get?
Similar to a great white.
Oh.
Sometimes they can, let me find the actual thing. They can grow, average size is between 8 and 14 feet. So 244 to 427 centimeters for the metric.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's like my room right now.
Yeah.
Look, Jen.
They are.
That's a big boy.
It's a big fish.
It's a big fish. It's a big vertebrae.
Yeah, they are one of the biggest. I think great white sharks, to put this into some context, are heavier. And Greenland sharks, they do resemble a submarine, so you are right saying that.
Because I looked at the picture and I went, like, that looks like it could have humans in it.
It's giving Ace Ventura when he's inside a fake rhino.
Oh yeah,
on a stakeout.
Is it you know how sharks are known to like basically for some reason attacking humans, but that's not always the case.
No.
Is it with this one, like, is it Greenland sharks mostly eat plants? Is it little things that you have in the water? Or is it actually fishes and?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all sharks are carnivores.
Okay.
And because these sharks are quite slow, they're very slow movers.
So you could escape, really.
Oh yeah, I don't think a Greenland shark has ever attacked a human being ever. They're very chill. They're more like scavengers. Apparently they predominantly eat squids. But yeah, others kind of like fish as well. But yeah, you're not likely to get attacked by a Greenland shark.
Can you imagine like a submarine coming to attack you and like, no! And then you realise it's coming really, really slow, so you kind of just walk away.
It will be the slowest chase ever.
It will be like when Rose was on Titanic, like on that little door waiting, and she sees a Greenland shark, but realises that she gets rescued before the shark gets to her.
Yeah, literally. They're very chill, very old. They're just kind of like the grandmas of the shark world.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So those are my obscure facts from some animals that I find very interesting.
Cool. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Hopefully you've learnt something today.
I think I have. I'll definitely... I mean, it might come up at some point in conversations. I'll be like, did you know? But yeah, thank you, Jen. Anyone listening, if you are interested in hearing more obscure facts about biology, really, animals, fish, birds, hit us up and Jen will get more facts in line for you.
Yeah, thank you for letting me use my biology degree for something.
No, it was yesterday when you were talking to my landlady and she, you were talking like biology, really, in general.
Yeah.
And I was just on the side thinking, well, I'm glad you get to talk about it because we don't really talk about it to each other. I don't know anything about biology. It's not really something that interests me, but it's something that as soon as it's talked about, your eyes lit up, you're like glowing in green. There's just so many facts. Like I can see like the animation of words coming out of your mouth that it's just good that we got to talk about it, I think.
Yeah, and more people should know, especially about sharks, because they are very misunderstood. They're not there to kill you. They just...
Unless you're in a shark movie like The Meg.
Yeah. And even then, I shout out to The Meg because it's my mum's favourite movie. But even then, sharks are not there to get you. They're just, you come into their environment and they just mistake you for food.
See? You swam wrong.
You swam wrong.
Cool.
Yeah, until next time.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.